So as I always say, all the time success leaves clues. There is no coincidence, and it's a common denominator. And what it is sacrifice. Let's not use the word sacrifice, though. Let's talk about it more like success steps. Learning as we go through a process of what not to do, staying and focused intentionally on what to do next and not make the same mistake twice. And for the folks who do that, they could turn decades into the days for all the people that are in their world. Today, we're lucky enough, and boy, what an awesome interview we're about to have. So take your notes, take that, rewind it back, rewind again, take more notes because you're about to hear some nuggets that'll make your head spin. Sorry about that. I have with me Pat Gagliano. What's up, brother?
What's up? Thank you.
Finished Basements, New Jersey, or NJ,
That's
right?
us.
And Pat, by the way, has been in the game for 40 years.
40 years.
40 years of not only what not to do, but, oh, by the way, he happened to be on Gary Vee's podcast recently, or at least on a show at some point, right?
Yeah, we visited Vayner Media. It was a great visit. Got to hang out with him. We actually met him through one of his top employees. We're doing a sick basement for him, and that's how it came about.
Yeah, so Pat, so for all the people, like, it's not normal for people to go to Gary Vee's studio.
Oh,
That doesn't happen every other day. Like,
yeah, what people don't know is he doesn't even take interviews anymore. He gets so much for his appearances right now that, I mean, we're talking crazy numbers for 20-minute appearance.
Wow.
He won't even take an interview, but...
So you go meet him. What's it like just sitting there? How was his energy? How was his...
He just like you see what he posts. He's right off the cuff. He's quick, energetic, and just speaks right when it's in his head. There's no thinking.
Yeah.
It goes from here and right out.
Yeah. And was he engaging with? Was it a quick meeting? Did you get to spend time? Like, what was the whole process?
Yeah, no, actually, he made you feel real comfortable. It wasn't like, hey, you're here, you're wasting my time, let me get you out.
Yeah.
He actually, I felt, tried to get something out of the meeting himself.
Wow.
And that's what I think is interesting about him. I don't think he just looks at everybody like, I'm better than everybody else and you just listen to me.
He's always going to learn.
He's listening.
Yeah, he's a hunter of excellence, right?
I mean it. Yeah. And
yeah.
you could almost see it in his eyes when I was talking to him that,
Yeah.
What he was saying. So we got some good stuff out of it.
That's amazing. So for you, Pat, we're both here in New Jersey. This is the Profit Center right here, the hallowed halls and Red Bank of the Galleria. I'm sure you could do a lot of different things with this design.
I actually like this place a lot, man. It's really sick.
Yeah, there you go. So with that, though, where did it start for you? Like, where are you originally from?
Yeah, so I was born in Perth Amboy.
Okay. New Jersey in and out.
Yeah, New Jersey. And born and kind of raised in New Jersey and kind of real humble background, not getting too deep into that, but, single mom raising us. And
Single mom?
Yeah, got divorced when we were young.
How many siblings?
So I got, it was quite a bit because then I got remarried, but.
There's kids all over. There's all kinds of Brady Bunch going on.
It's literally, man, there's a whole chain of stepbrothers and stepsisters, but one full-blood brother. Yeah, but then I had another half brother that lived with us growing up.
Yeah.
Hard times, man, growing up on food stamps.
Yep.
And
what did your mom do? Was she...
Yeah,
was she able to work, or
she
I know raising kids is a job.
Listen, she had a tough run, man. Just getting left with a couple kids by herself, trying to find her way. Fortunately, she remarried, and that guy, my stepfather, ultimately raised me through my teens.
How is that good relationship?
He's passed away since, but fantastic.
For you, yeah. Rest in peace, by the way.
Like when I tell you, for a person to take somebody in, it's not even your kid rather, and treat them like your kid, is a very special person. Yeah. And I
agree with that.
Really cool, man. And he taught me a lot, actually. Hard work. You talk about a grinder. Yeah. This guy was a grinder.
What did he do?
He was a car salesman.
Okay.
But this is back in the day, man, when the car salesman worked 9 to 9.
Yes.
Every day.
No into that.
So it was kind of a different life, and that wasn't enough. Bartended at night after that.
Got it.
So you're talking about grinding.
Yeah.
A whole different world than what we see today.
And he taught you the values of hard work.
And really, that's
as
what I got
did your
from
mom,
him.
right? I'm sure. Yeah.
Exactly. So it started there, man, and kind of.
Was a hammer natural for you, like building stuff, creating stuff? Were you artistic? Like what was that like early on?
Yeah, 100%. Right down from we started like the wood shop in high school, right?
Yep.
When I got in that wood shop high school, I was like, this is my calling.
You knew then.
Knew right away that
amazing.
that it just came natural to me, like you said.
Yeah.
It felt good. I remember I was 16, I think. My parents, or my stepfather and my mom, went away for a weekend. We didn't have money, so they probably went to Seaside. You know what I mean? So when I say it went away. But anyhow, I demoed my room.
Really?
Literally demoed my room, all my furniture, took it apart and repurposed it and built it. And we had old plywood from motorcycle ramps from the backyard. And I built this sick room. And I thought when they came in, I was done, man. I was getting grounded. They walked in the house and I said, they seen all the furniture and pieces out by the curb.
Yeah.
They come in and they go, like, what happened? I go, I got to show you what I did. I said, I think it's pretty cool, but you know, again, I'm 16. I don't even have a car to go to Home Depot. Yeah. There wasn't even a Home Depot then. It was Ripples.
Yes. Yes.
But they came in, they were so impressed, and they were like, you did this by yourself?
Wow.
You know, and I thought of it, and so that really encouraged me.
Did your stepdad or mom know there was something special there at that point?
Yeah, I think so.
Did they get behind that? Was it
100%? Because at that point, they could have just said, are you kidding me? What the hell's going on here?
They could have killed the dream. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And, you know, then after that, you know, all my friends, everybody's taking their SATs, and I'm like, I was remodeling the football house at the high school.
Now, how'd you get that gig though? Like, how did that even happen?
It's weird.
Because you're in high school.
Nowadays, that would never happen.
Exactly.
Right? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I remember the football house at the top of the stadium.
Yeah.
They were talking about remodeling it. They were trying to find somebody to do it, and they couldn't. So I went over to the athletic director I knew really well because I was an athlete. And wrestling, baseball. You know,
were you really good at wrestling?
Not really.
Baseball.
I mean, I tell you what. I actually
you look athletic.
So I came in late. The problem was I didn't get
early years.
Yeah, I didn't get the early years that you get.
Yep.
So I came in at high school level.
Yep.
What kept me in the game was my drive.
Yeah, you're a fierce competitor.
If I didn't have that,
these builders ain't got nothing on you.
I would be laying on my back every
These
day.
builders out here ain't got nothing on you, right? Like I can tell.
So that's really my drive. If it wasn't my drive and my work ethic, I just, never fail. Like no matter what.
Thank you for that access for 1 second, because remember, who's watching us are a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people that are achieving their first wave of success, but haven't gotten to their first wave. And you just said two things, which was drive and work ethic. Can you talk a little bit about that, especially when the money's dried up? Now, you were used to not having money, right?
Yep.
So getting money must have been an unbelievable feeling. But the drive and work ethic, can you talk about that as people are working through their progressions?
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And listen, to be honest with you, I failed more times than I succeeded.
Love it.
Yeah, and that's the truth.
Love it.
And if you're afraid to fail, you're not gonna. It's not going to happen.
Embrace it, right?
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, and I've never been afraid to fail. I've always I'll go for it, and if it happens, it happens. But
I used to always be scared to fail.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I love hearing that because, and my sons have taken that creed on where they are, they were a little bit pensive in failing on certain things. And I think that's amazing that you, in fact, were never scared to fail, because I know people that are like that as well. I wasn't one of them. You
know why I wasn't scared to fail? I knew what it was like to be at the bottom.
Yeah.
And I knew there was never, ever going to be me. I was never going to be there again.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Amazing. At that young age too, huh?
Yeah. It was just drive. It really just came down to drive. I knew that you could always find a way. If you wanted to find a way, you're going to find a way.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So now you're playing, you're in baseball, you're wrestling, you're building, and now you're doing the stadium.
So listen, don't get me wrong. It's the house where they make the announcements. What is it? A 10 by 20 room?
Still.
But anyhow, I hear him talking about it. I said, listen, remember the guy's name, Mr. Patrol? I said, I could do that. I said, I could do that for you. He goes, what are you talking about? How can you do that? I said, it's sheetrock spackle. I'm telling you I could do it. I said, don't pay me until I'm done. Let me prove to you I can finish it for you. He believed in me. Again, insurances and stuff like that, that wouldn't happen in a million years today. Yep. He let me do it. I did the job. So, I remember my friends are on a Saturday taking their SATs, and I'm spackling inside this little room.
Did you ever take your SAT? Just asking.
No, never. It would have been I'm gonna be honest, it would have been a disaster if I did.
That's great.
Yeah, thank God I didn't, because I don't want to know my score.
Mine wasn't good.
Yeah.
So it's all good though.
You know what? It's just not who I am.
Yeah.
And I knew it wasn't who I am. It didn't mean I couldn't be successful.
Yeah.
It just.
Did you know that though? So at that early, because remember, we're conditioned SAT college success.
No,
Did you know that you didn't need it?
I always knew.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I just always knew.
Even at a young age like that?
I don't know how. I just.
It's God.
It's
a gift.
Telling you,
yeah.
I think it's the power of the mind, man. I think if you want something bad enough, you're going to get it.
Now, do you do peak performance coaching? Or
I don't.
Okay.
I don't,
so you're like a Michael Jordan natural version of this when it comes to building and what you do at certainty.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I am, right?
Yeah.
But it's so funny. I had somebody just recently, I was talking, and I don't even remember what it was about, and they had said, oh, you took this, whatever I was doing or talking about,
I
took some sort of class or clinic, and because it's to the T what you're doing. I go, I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
Wow.
So so I guess just naturally,
you're self-taught. That's
I
the
don't
bottom
know.
line.
It was an accident or what, but it was just.
What about now your full brother? Did he share that same gene?
So no, very different actually, believe it or not.
As was me and mine.
Very, very successful. He is in a totally different way.
Book smart, college,
so, totally
SAT.
that way.
Yep.
Yeah, we're opposites in that sense, but not in the sense of being successful. He went on to take over the Howell wrestling program at a very young age and is one of the most successful coaches in New Jersey ever to this day.
And was he a good wrestler?
He was fantastic.
Got it.
Because when I got the bug,
He was younger.
He was younger, and I brought him around. I said, "You're going to start here."
Yep.
And then my younger half brother was even younger than him.
How was his skills?
Even better.
Yeah.
And he actually has my skills physically, like with the carpentry and hands-on and figuring things out.
And your two sons, do they have that? I know you have 4
one
kids.
son, just Nino.
Does Nino have that skill set?
Oh, Nino's a natural.
So he's going to be like, like a version of you that at a younger age is just succeeding.
Incredible. He already is. He's already, like I said.
Shout out to Nino.
Yeah, man. I wish he was here right now, but he's not. He's actually running the company right now.
That's right.
While I'm
He's
here.
building some stuff. Yeah.
That's literally legit what's happening.
I believe it.
So it's the only reason why I couldn't
Look
be
at the
here.
smile. Look at the smile and the energy that's coming out of his face.
Yeah, you know why? It
it.
feels so freaking good to know that I have someone, and not just him, because I have my daughter Brooks in the company too right now, but that can literally do what I'm doing.
Because you care about it.
I haven't met anybody yet that can.
That cares about it the way you do,
Yeah,
too.
or even has the ability
to
do it. So he designs the basements with me now, and quite honestly, like where he's at 26 was probably me in my mid to late 40s.
So does he come up to you with a design and say, hey, Dad, check this out? And then you'll say, boop, boop, boop. And then it's kind of like that fast kind of conversation? Or is it like, wow, this is really good. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, just go with it.
So the way we design on site, right? And we usually do it together.
Yeah.
And so lately, when I say lately in the last year or so, I'm showing up late, sometimes intentionally and sometimes not.
So you're giving him, got it.
And then I get there and I'm like, hey, so what's going on? You talk to the homeowners, you get the wish list, you know this, you know that, where you at? And he'll show me, here's what I'm thinking. And I'm like, damn, that's exactly what I would have done.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have gotten to that point had he not had the reps with me for all these years. But what's cool, he's actually taken it past me.
Going through those reps, though, how was that? Was that a grind? Like where, you had to be dad, but also boss owner? Like
No, he made it easy because I think he
That's
knew.
amazing.
I think he knew that like what was down the road.
He had the same intentionality as you.
What really got me was for a long time, I didn't really think he was paying attention, right? Not that I didn't think he was paying attention, but he was just doing the work and going. And I didn't realize right away that how much of what him just sitting in the background observing was sinking in. And it was interesting. And I think when it really came out, when I really realized like, holy shit, this kid's got it, is I was letting him do his presentations and do the designs, but I was there in the background, kind of leaning over his shoulder saying, oh, don't forget to say this.
Yeah.
But the minute I just stepped away.
What made you do that, though? I want to hear the rest of it. But
the only thing he was missing was his confidence.
Got it.
And I knew that. I knew how do you get it, man?
You got to make the mistake.
You got to make a mistake. You got to go. And the minute I said, listen, I'm not going to be there. You're going to have to do this one on your own. Now I wasn't there to find out how good it went.
Did you have like a hidden camera?
I thought about it. I thought about it. But
That's
then,
what I would have done that.
But legit, I let that happen a few times, and then I realized, wow, like now he's got his confidence, and now even with me and in front of me, he don't care.
Yeah.
Which I love, and that's great.
That's awesome. So listen, high school, you're cutting your teeth. You what I thought was brilliant, all you folks out there, is he told the gentleman at the school that he would do it for free, and he had certainty in his presentation of sheetrock and blah, 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 right? And all of a sudden the guy said yes, and then would only pay based on production. So that level of confidence, that level of sacrifice or success step, that level of going to the next step forward was an important thing. Love it. Awesome. From there, you built it, you crushed it, everybody loved it. Now you're in your early 20s when people are going to college. What was that like? Was your business off and running, or? Yeah,
so I was always doing some stuff on the side and here and there, but I took that road that everybody went down that didn't go college degree and got into the union.
Got it. Which one?
So I started out in the Spacklers Union.
Who got you in? What was the connection?
My father. Okay. My father was in the Spacklers Union. My uncle actually ran it, so it was easy to get in.
If I can, what was your relationship with your dad?
It was good. I mean,
Did it come on later on?
It was business only.
Got it.
When
you were younger?
Yeah, even when I was younger. You
Okay.
know, like he was not the type of guy that came watch me wrestle.
Got it.
Ever.
Okay.
Where I'm the opposite father. I didn't miss a thing my kids ever done. So
Understood.
we're very different in that sense. For him, it was all about business, and you got to get in this business, and I'm gonna get you in a union, and you're gonna do your 30 years, and you're gonna have your annuity and your pension. And I'm thinking to myself, that sounds pretty boring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But all right, let me follow your steps. And I learned to trade.
You did.
So,
you got some skills in there.
and I learned the discipline of going to work. And then I realized real quickly, this is not for me. Like,
really?
I can't punch a clock.
Got it.
And it's not going to happen. So took a step sideways and got in the carpenters union.
Did you have to tell him that? Or
Yeah.
did you,
At some point, I just said, listen, this is not going to happen. I said, but he had some connections. I said, I got to get out of the spackle business. I can't just it's mindless, man.
So you felt like you weren't really creating, you were just kind of like, in a repeated pattern where it wasn't really any kind of creativity.
Listen, I'm no disrespect because they're talented people.
Yeah.
It's just mindless because you're just doing the same thing day in, day out. Just my mind was going nuts. I felt like I was going to write a letter to Jersey Gypsum and say, print equations on the walls or something so we could learn while we're spackling. Like, I need something to do while I'm spackling a wall.
Is that still the case? Like, were you always, are you up at like 4 a.m. just thinking about shit?
I don't sleep a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you just think about shit?
Constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm constantly thinking.
Do you think about like aliens in the multiverse?
I think about everything.
I love it.
Like literally, if you were
Did anyone
inside my
ever ask
mind,
you that
you'd be like,
question?
what the hell is going on?
Did anyone ever ask you, do you think about the aliens in the multiverse?
I think this is the first time I was ever asked that question.
There we go. I'm ready.
Well, I just bought land in the metaverse. So
did you really?
I did.
How do I, can I come over?
Yeah, I can. I'm right next to Snoop Dogg, so he has had a big party the other day. I wasn't invited.
Why weren't you invited?
I don't know what you got to do. I'm
Snoop,
his neighbor.
Come on, man.
I'm his neighbor. Like, what's up with that?
That is not right. You got to bring him in.
I think I got to develop it, but it's funny, right? Talk about thinking and outside the box and where are you going next. I'm actually going to start developing my basement business in the metaverse. Even if this doesn't become a thing and everybody's
I'm just trying to visualize. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to visualize it too.
I'm sure it's going to be like, how does the money come over here? That's my question.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure all that out.
All right, let me know, please. So we can let everybody else know.
You know what? My thought process is always like, and again, this is why you make more mistakes, more failures than successes. Because I don't know, is this just another one of those failures? But if you're not swinging the bat, you can't get a hit.
Amazing, and thank you for that. So you went from spackle to
went to the carpenters union.
Yeah.
Awesome transition for me.
Yeah.
It really got me where I'm at today.
Really?
Because then
right away you felt good?
Well, right away I felt good because now way more to do. You got to be creative. You got to be multi-talented. And you have the limit. There's no limit.
Yeah.
You can kind of take it wherever you want. So it's a 4-year apprentice program. And, most kids are happy to graduate by the 4 years. You work your way up. You start out making 40% of the ultimate salary. And then you make 45, blah, blah, blah. By the time I was in my finished my second year, I opened up an actual business.
Explain that though. You kind of on the side did it?
On the side.
While you were doing your program.
Yep. Because now I realize
So you weren't in the bars, you weren't going to games, you weren't,
No, that was not my life ever.
No kids at all at that point?
So I did.
So you were ready.
I got married at 20, had my first kid at 21.
Yeah.
And so I have a life, I have a mortgage,
Got it.
I have kids,
Yeah.
and I'm in a carpenters union making 50% of what these guys are working for.
And you're working harder than them.
And I'm working hard on it. And I said, you know what? These guys are all going to be working for me.
Yeah.
And they're going to be working for me before they know it. And so what I did was open a business. And I started bidding on jobs. And of course, I was doing little side jobs in people's homes and a little thing here. And then real quickly, I said, I'm going to start bidding because the union is...
Were you a good saver of your money? Because remember, you need money to, because a lot of people, you tell them to save 20% of their income. Were you saving money even at that age? Okay, really?
It wasn't. Not at all. So you're going to hate this. I like to spend my money and find out a way to make it.
I don't think I hate that.
Because I need to drive all the time.
I got ecosystems I'm just trying to figure out right now that are already in place.
Yeah, I'm same way. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to figure out how to.
So you said, yeah, I get it.
And usually makes me not fail. The best bet in the house ever, always me.
Yes, the real estate between years.
Best bet.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to gamble on me.
Yeah.
And that's really what I do when I do something like that.
Amazing.
And and I mean that.
So you got the side hustle. You're bidding on jobs with no money.
No money. I'm bidding on a job, honestly. And I'm finding a way.
Entrepreneur code, guys.
Listen, back in the day, I swear to you, I had this folder of credit cards, 10, 15 credit cards.
There you go.
I had about a $1,500 limit, blah, blah, blah.
So you weren't using it for bad spending, though. You were using it for your business play.
I played
that
them.
was your strategy.
I played those cards.
Yeah.
Like when I got a job and I was like, all right, I'm gonna put the material here,
Yep.
here. And then now it's time to pay the first one, but I don't have the check didn't come in yet.
Yeah.
I'm taking this one, doing a cash withdrawal to make the payment on that one. Gambling, beyond. I was gambling it all.
So, because I can't wait to hear more, but people starting businesses, sometimes they struggle with, collecting the money for a job that's done. So you probably had to learn all the things not to do, number one, and then how to speed up the process on how to get paid. I'm wondering about that curve.
That's actually a nail on the head, right?
Yeah.
Here's what I learned real early on. You go to Home Depot, you stand on the line, you're talking to these other contractors, and they're telling you all these horror stories. I can't get paid from this one, can't get paid from that one. Dig deep into all those stories, and you're going to find out that 9 times out of 10, it's either the contractor did something wrong. Wait, and I'm not saying they're a bad contractor.
I got it.
Something was misleading. Give you an example. I meet you and you say to me, Pat, I want you to build me a wall unit. Great. Give me $5,000, I'm going to build you a wall unit. Done. We sign your hands, handshake, we're done. I build the wall unit. You come in, you go, what the hell is this? It's not what I wanted. And I go, this is exactly what I was planning on giving you. But you go, no, but I wanted this and I wanted that. So the problem with getting paid is that. So now me and you have a problem.
Yeah.
You don't want to pay because you didn't get what you thought you wanted.
Yeah.
And I thought I delivered what you wanted. So if you can, get rid of that ambiguity and and I do that with pictures. So when I talk to my clients, I'll say, all right, you want a wall unit? Is this the one you want? No. Is this the one you want? No. Oh, you want a hybrid of this one and this one? So now we're on the same page. Now I know when I'm done, I'm delivering what they wanted, and there's not going to be an issue getting paid.
Yeah. And so you lay it all out and you write it all out in advance too.
But the more you can be as detailed as possible,
yeah, I agree.
Less opportunity for you to not get paid.
And is it like, hey, you got to pay me within 10 days of the job being done? Like, how does that work?
Well, the commercial business is a lot different.
Earlier, I'm saying not even now. Now you're in a whole different space. But for these people that got businesses, they're having a hard time collecting. And so to your point, doing it what you talked about.
So interesting thing, the way I built trust in my business. Every contractor, right? You meet a contractor, you sign a contract, says, all right, give me a deposit. I'll book you for next month on Monday. I'll be there. And that's a very uncomfortable position for a homeowner to be in.
Got it.
You're giving a deposit. And I'm always saying, why are you giving them that money? What did they do? What did they earn? So 9 times out of 10, what that contractor is doing is using that money to finish the job he's on. So let's hope when he's doing your job, he gets another job.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're that last one when he goes out of business.
Yeah.
So I never took a deposit for that reason. Because one, I wanted to build trust.
Yeah.
You said you want me to start the job on May 1st? Great, let's shake hands. May 1st, I'll be there.
Yeah.
You want to check? Nope. Give it to me on May 1st.
Yeah.
So that was a little different. So I gained your trust right away.
Yeah. And then the people worked for you too, trusted you too, right?
Exactly.
The builders or, the people that
Yeah. And I think
because you made sure they got paid. That's the other thing.
Always. They always got paid first.
Yep.
And that was the big thing.
Yep.
The amount of times I mortgaged my home to make a payroll.
I love this, dude. This is like straight up entrepreneur world. I love it.
It's sick. It's actually scary. Yeah. When I think back, if I really thought about it, like deep thought about it, I wouldn't. It was so risky, the shit I did, I would have never done it.
But you had to.
But I had to.
But
it was the only way to get there.
Yeah. But now that you're here, though, right?
Yeah.
I know you'd change. You don't want to mortgage your house to do a job, but that mindset has to be there, though, right?
I'm only 57, man. I'm still. Wow. I'm just getting started. Like we talked about that on Gary Vee. I'm literally just getting started. I'm still taking risks every day and doing what I can. I'm minimizing it a little bit.
Well, you're better at figuring out. You're taking calculated risk, right?
Calculated risk. But again, the risk is always on me.
Yeah.
So it's a little different.
So now you're building it out. You did your 4 years, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah. So
you have other people. You have your side hustle, which is now becoming the real hustle.
Exactly.
What happens after the 4 years?
So so during that, towards the end of that 4 years, I started getting big commercial projects, and now these union guys that were my bosses, actually my school teacher, got shipped out to one of my jobs one day.
Wow.
Yeah, and he walked off the job. He walked in. He says, "Hey, I'm here to see the foreman, Joe." I don't remember who the hell foreman was at the time, and I was the owner. I wasn't the foreman. He comes out, introduces himself, tells him the name of the company, and I came there that day because I had a meeting there, and he see me. He's like, "What are you doing here? You come out of the hall too? Because that's what you do." I go, "No, it's actually my job."
Wow.
He goes, "I can't work for you."
Why? So explain that to me so I understand.
The mentality of those guys is very different.
Yeah.
He couldn't be my teacher and work for me.
So it wasn't nothing where he perceived to be illegal. It was just
the best thing that ever happened to me because I knew at that point I made it.
Yes.
I'm telling you. I knew that day I said there's no turning back.
That's right.
And
I get that. I understand that.
Blew up from there.
Yeah. So when did you ever deal with him again?
No. He was still my teacher in school. Yeah. And then I was still in school.
God.
I was still in school.
Wow.
And I don't think
what happened in class the next day? Did you fail the test?
I had him like once a week, and it was towards the end.
Did you fail the test?
No, it wasn't anything like that.
Did you bring him an apple or anything? Was there any kind of conversation?
No, but it was weird.
It had to be.
It was he never talked it again.
That's kind of cool though that he didn't break balls on it.
No, he didn't. He never talked about it again. He didn't want to bring it up. I don't.
You gotta appreciate the hustle.
See, if it were me and I were him, I would have been so proud of that.
That's what I'm saying.
But he was too thick-headed that, you know, I couldn't be ahead of him.
Yeah.
Is what he was thinking. But if I were to teach you, I would have said, wow, look what my student just did.
Yeah.
This kid hasn't even graduated that yet, and look what he's doing. And I would have brought that up to the class and said, you got to do this. Instead, he hid it because he didn't want to be the guy that was working for me.
And you would have paid him more anyway, right?
I would have.
It's a lost opportunity cost right there, Danny.
Yeah, but it's a funny story.
It's
I actually hadn't thought about that, man, till this moment for a really long time.
It's a great story.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting.
That should be in your book when you write your book.
Yeah, if I can remember all the shit.
Yeah, you got to write. Well, we got the video, so you'll be able to watch the video. Back. So, all right, this is a real fun. I'm having a lot of fun as well.
I appreciate that.
You know, you're onto something. You know, you're onto something. You're growing. You have passion. You're really good at what you do. You love what you do, so it's not work, right?
I hear that.
The universe is conspiring on how to figure out how to do all these different things. You're good with money from a standpoint. Yeah, I mean, I'm running risk on credit cards, but I'm not spending it at the bar, right? Or
totally.
I'm not. Yeah. We're not buying unnecessary toys. And you're building a family. What's happening now? Like now you're into your late 20s, early 30s. You're building up a business.
It's not easy, man. Don't think
I'll go slow.
No, but I'm just saying it's not. It didn't just all like everything was great.
Oh no, it's terrible. 3 years ago, I was borrowing money at 30% interest. I get it.
Yeah, it was. So I'm building my way up in this commercial world, and the commercial world, you wait a long time for your money.
So now, when give the difference, so we all. I know a commercial building versus a single family home, but we're talking about basements, right? Or are we not in basement land?
I'm not in basements yet.
Okay, so tell me where we are.
So I'm building commercial spaces. You know, I'm building Wegmans. I built the Jackson Outlet Mall.
So that sounds tough.
Big time.
Yeah.
And you're a bank.
I know that mall.
You're legit. The biggest problem is money because now you're a bank.
Yep.
You're a bank and you're giving loans to a Gap. I had the account for Coach.
Wow.
So I had the whole East Coast for Coach. Right. Sounds great. Right. But
sounds luxurious.
I remember my first one. I built the Coach in Freehold Mall.
Yep.
About a $350,000.
I know the
contract.
one in Freehold Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About a $350,000 contract. I get the contract. I'm all happy. All right, great. I'm gonna get the account for the whole East Coast. I know I am. I got to build this one. Show them what I got. But the way it works is, at the end of 30 days, you bill, and they pay you at the end of the next month. Ugh. Here's the problem. I got 45 days to finish the store.
And you got people you got to pay.
And I got people I got to pay, and that store has to be. I'm actually going to finish that store before I get my first check.
Wow.
But now I just gave this random company
how much?
A $350,000 credit line, basically, because they're not paying me and I'm laying out all the money. I mean, it might have been $50K in profit there, so maybe I gave them a $300,000 credit line on a handshake, basically.
Yeah.
Like, how am I finding them? They're in like Texas.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a crazy amount of risk.
Would you do that again? That like, let's isolate that. Like, would you do that?
So the way I got in the basement business is because that business made me miserable.
So you would do it again?
I would probably would.
Because you have to find your way to the basement somehow.
I had to find my way here.
Yeah, so you have to go through pain first, right?
And there was definitely some pain.
Let me ask you, all serious. Let's say if you just started out in basements, would it have been the same?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, why?
Absolutely not. Because what I knew doing that, I got to the point where I was doing about $15 million a year in business.
Wow.
I was in my mid-30s doing $15 million.
Was it stressful?
You have no idea.
We had a tough time, like, you know,
chasing money. That's when I was mortgaging the house. I'm not kidding you. I'd mortgage that house, pay it all, get a check done. We were doing Jersey City University College. I remember I was doing a job in Trump Plaza.
Yeah.
Jerry Sabaro.
He doesn't pay, right? They say
$178,000, and I still voted for him.
He doesn't. Well, yeah, but I'm glad he.
That's what he owes me.
But he doesn't pay.
No.
What's his deal?
So technically, he didn't owe me that money. Jerry Sabaro owed me that money.
You're not. That's all. That's like everybody.
I got beat.
Everyone did, though, from what I understand.
That's a big number, man. Was
that a big hit for you? Like, was that emotionally like? Was it like one of these things? You go in and wow, I got Trump Plaza. Oh shit! And you took like a step back.
Yeah,
and you had to like recalibrate and kind of re-engineer what you were going to do next, kind of thing.
It's one of a few things that happened to get me out of that business.
Let me ask a private question. You know, we're married. Our wives go with us along our journey of entrepreneurship. How was she for you in the ups and downs?
So I always solid. So we had a good relationship always, to the point where we have 4 children. You're going to focus on raising these kids.
Domestic engineer.
Yep. And you're gonna and literally, it's very important to raise these kids right. It's the most important thing going on in our lives right now, by far.
Yeah.
More important than what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm gonna take care of the money.
And trust me.
And you just trust me.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't even know if she knew that even happened.
That's good then.
But
You knew it.
I knew it. Yeah. But and I didn't want her to know it because I didn't want that stress on her because I didn't want it affecting her doing her job.
Yes.
She was killing her job and doing it great, and that's all that mattered.
By the way, that job is harder than anything we could do.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I know. I can't. I struggle with picking up and dropping off.
I have 3 grandchildren now. And,
do you really?
Yeah. And congratulations. Yeah, I love it. Oh, they're my world.
Now, how does that work compared to? Did you say yes to everything?
It's amazing.
It's just
man.
yes, right?
Yeah, it's amazing.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, always. And
yes.
you know that, by the way.
Yeah, yes.
And my wife's like beyond amazing with them.
Yeah.
But she's with them 24/7, not 24/7, but she's helping with everything because my daughter's a school teacher and she's always helping out. I couldn't do it. I mean, as much as I love them to death and want to do everything with them, it's not an easy job. What my daughter's doing and what my wife's doing, it's crazy.
So you got 4 kids though, right?
Yeah.
You know, you're going through this transition from commercial to you discover basements.
Yeah.
Life is the way it is. Business is to everybody. There's ups and downs, and the better you are at managing the ups and downs, the scale of profitability will be in your favor as time goes on, provided you're right from within and you really have a good balance and a structure. But it's not easy. It doesn't show up overnight. And by no means is there a playbook to get it done tomorrow. Well, thank you so much for being on here, brother.
Hey.
I look forward to the next time.
Appreciate everything. Thank you.
Wow. Unbelievable experience.
Appreciate you having me.
I got everything out of this conversation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm super grateful.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.